Welcome back to Pretty Geez Thingz, the podcast where we talk about the pretty, the messy, and everything in between. I am your host, Geez, and we are on episode 4, y'all. Like, this is getting serious. I feel super committed. Before we start, I do just want to, and see, I'm already doing it. I do just want to apologize because, granted, nobody said anything, but I feel like I just was moving a lot, and I feel like you could hear it. Again, really probably don't need to be saying this because, again, nobody said anything. But my bracelets, I would take it off. I know everybody would be like, oh, just take your bracelet off. But this, and I feel like I'm just using this as an excuse at this point to show off my dad and talk about my dad. But this is actually my dad's ashes. And so I like to wear every episode because it makes me feel like he is a part of the episode. And then I do have like a memorial shelf with all his stuff on it, his urn, and I have his candle lit. So when I'm recording, it's like I'm on air. Like his candle is like my on air. You get it? You get it. So yeah, so I want to be more mindful about that. And then I know I had like a minute and 40 seconds or something where my video glitched and just a lot. But one woman show, we're still learning. So just gonna take it on the chin. But yeah, we have a lot to get over, so we're gonna jump right into it. We have so much to talk about. Jimmy Kimmel, Dame Dash, AI, and apparently getting signed to record. Like I don't know, I don't. It's so much, and we have submissions for things we don't say, which I'm so excited for. So let's jump right into it. But before we do that, I want to do my check-in, of course. So every episode we do a pretty, a messy, and an in-between, which is a good from your week, a bad from your week, and an in-between. And so my pretty from this week is I got my graduation email so I can officially I guess like I don't want to say enroll, like I can sign up to graduate now as far as I am in courses. I am in my not my second to last term. Next term will be my second to last. So including the courses, or let's say not including the courses I'm taking right now. I have 4 courses left after these 2 courses I finish and then I'm done. So I'll be done at the end of February of next year. I thought I was going to be done the end of this year, but I'm not even going to get into all that. But I was told I was going to be done by the end of this year. So I'm really pissed about that, but everything takes time, whatever. And another pretty is I found my dad's tablet a couple weeks, and this is like not for this week, but I feel like it's been hitting this week. I found my dad's tablet a couple weeks ago, and I did curate a playlist based off of what he had on his playlist in Amazon and like likes he had on Amazon. And so now I have a playlist with all of my dad's music, and I haven't been able to listen to it because I've been overly emotional, and I was able to listen to it this week, and it really was like it was just really it was making me feel really good, and it made me feel connected with my dad, and it was just a great feeling. And then so my messy this week is I've been overly emotional. Like I've just been so deep in my grief this week. I feel like and I'm always in my grief, but I feel like this week specifically just nonstop crying. And I think it has a lot to do, like, my dad comes to me in my dreams, and who my dad comes to me in my dreams, and in my last few dreams he hasn't been like physically there, which is different for me. He's usually there, like he's in the dream, like I can see his face, like I can talk to him, and it's all types of, like, the dreams are so different. Like, so one dream, it might be a memory, like it might be something I already remember doing with it, like how dreams will be like replays or deja vu. And then another dream, it might be like he's there and we don't understand why we're spending the whole dream trying to figure out why he's not able to stay, or like it's different. But the last few dreams he hasn't been like there physically, and it's like, oh well, where is dad, and we have to call him, we have to get him here, and then I'm calling him, he's not answering, and then when I finally did get him, it's like, hey baby girl, like what's going on, like what's up, like what do you need? And it was really stressing me out because it was just multiple days in a row that he wasn't in my dream physically, and I started to like kind of go into a panic of like, is he not gonna be in my dreams anymore? Like, do I not get to see him anymore in my dreams? And again, like, I really hope I don't end up cutting this because I really wasn't planning on crying. Ooh, it's just like I think I talked about this in my first episode, but it's just like you really do wake up and have to remind yourself that that person is not there anymore. So that I think is what is like, I think that's what gets me, is like just having to remind myself in the morning, because especially for like those dreams where he's not coming to me in my dream, I wake up and I'm immediately like, let me call him. Like I gotta call him because why was he answering the dream? And then it's like you can't call him. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We're starting this episode off rough. Ooh. Okay. Okay. My in between for this week is why do I keep crying? Okay, sorry. Okay, my in between for this week is my teacher did fix my grade from last. It did have a lot of back and forth. And then I did call my academic advisor and I sat on the phone with her for like an hour on Friday because I'm like, my teacher's not fixing the grade. Like, I'm tired of this. I feel like they are chat GPTing my shit. Like, it was a whole thing. So we got it resolved though. And then another in between is daylight savings. I don't know. Like, usually I don't like daylight savings because who wants it to get dark earlier? But now that I work till 3:30, I'm used to working till like 5:30, where by the time I get off, it's dark outside. I keep looking outside. But by the time I get off, it's dark outside. But now that I work till 3:30, it's like it doesn't really affect me as much. The only thing is I don't really like getting up and it's dark out, especially because now I have a dog. So now I have my dad's dog and I have to walk him in the morning and it's dark out. And I really didn't consider that, like, damn, like I'm gonna have to be walking this dog while it's dark outside. So but again, so in between, like I'm not really, I do like it because I can record a little earlier because I think I am going to stick to the nighttime vibe. I just like it better. I want to try at least one good time to record during the daytime and just see if I like it. Cause like I can't say I prefer night and I've never tried daytime, but we will see. And yeah. Let me know in the comments because nobody has been letting me know. Like, let me know, y'all. Do y'all got a pretty? Do y'all got a messy? Do y'all got an in between? Let me know what y'all's are. But we're gonna jump right into it. Let's get into the hot topics. Okay, so Jimmy Kimmel being suspended, and I really, again, like, I'm gonna speak on whatever I want to speak on this podcast because it's my podcast. But also, like, I'm not gonna deep dive into every single thing because I don't be knowing every single crook and cranny about every single topic. But it's just the little things I do know I want to speak on. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense because I feel like people are gonna listen and be like, "Well, if you're not gonna like go into a deep dive about this, why did you bring this up?" But anyway, moving on. Jimmy Kimmel. I don't really watch like the late night shows and everything like that, but I did like whatever I see is like Shade Room or I'll see like on Twitter like everything I see of late night shows. Like what's his name? I don't even mess these people's names up, but like Jimmy Fallon, I see him the most in Jimmy Kimmel for real, for real. So, and I feel like there's another. Is it Steven or Seth? One of them, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So anything I see is like from social media. I don't like go and watch them on TV, is what I'm saying, or like go and watch their YouTube videos. So I did see the clip that he got suspended for, and I think that's crazy. He didn't like. I'm over here thinking like, damn, like we like for and not to compare the two, but if we had to, I'm like, damn, like we wouldn't want them doing that if it was like, cause actually no, I'm not gonna compare the two because what the fuck am I comparing him to George Floyd for? The fuck. Let me stop cussing. Cause I really just sat there and said, why would I do that? But that's what I've been seeing on social media. Like, would we want them joking about George Floyd? So it prompted me to watch the video. And when I watched it, I'm like, he's not even talking about this man. He's talking about Trump's emotions or lack thereof. Like, I don't feel like he said nothing wrong. And I'm really glad that they did sit there and basically start canceling Disney subscriptions and everything. And I just thought that, if anything, I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really funny because it's like, yeah, nobody's playing with y'all. Like, but also I feel like, and again, I'm not going to get into a deep dive about it, but I feel like that leads to a bigger conversation of imagine if we really took that and did that in other cases, if we took our money back, if we removed ourselves, if we took away the funds of whatever, like you see how fast shit works. So like, I don't know, that created a whole, that's what I got out of that. So anyway, again, not going to get super crazy into that because I feel like I'm not in that world, but moving on, we have the Dame Dash interview on The Breakfast Club. So Dame Dash went on The Breakfast Club. Him and Charlemagne got into a very heated discussion. He called Charlemagne a gay man multiple times. And what got me is, you're triggering me. You're triggering me. I'm doing a TikTok to that this week. But me personally, I don't know if anybody else felt this way, but I felt very uncomfortable watching that. Like I felt Dame. Like I felt Dame, what he was saying. Like journalism is like, he was saying how journalism, if you haven't watched it, he said journalism has turned into like the interviewer is being devoted to tearing the person down in front of them. And that's what I was getting from that. Like whether he is the chairman or not, and I think now Lauren LaRosa, I hope I said her name right, I know it's Lauren, but she after the interview did find out, like she spoke to somebody at revolt, and they said that he's not the chairman, but apparently he is the chairman for like 30 days. But regardless if he was the chairman for a day, the chairman for 30 days, like the energy when he said that, they did not like he wasn't wrong. Like they didn't congratulate him. Like it seemed like the only time the energy was up, it was when he was being attacked. So it was like, I don't know. Me personally, I felt like cringed watching it. I felt like uncomfortable. Like I felt like watching somebody be bullied damn near. But at the same time, I don't feel like you can bully that man, because I aspire to have the level of confidence that man has. I aspire to have the level of confidence Dame Dash has, because he don't give not one fuck, not two fucks, not three. He don't care. Like, and then that's what I mean. Like Charmaine's like, oh, I feel like you're insecure. And it's like, what he was saying is, I took my own teeth out and showed y'all how am I insecure. And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know. I agree with Dame Dash. Like, how is he insecure and he exposed his own flaw? It would be different if he was trying to hide the flaw. Like, would he, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. And granted, again, like, there's probably so much, which I know there is, like, that they have a whole thing. I know Dame has a thing going with Cameron and 50. So, like, I know I'm probably not too educated, and plus that's like, I think a little past my time probably. Like, if anything, like the Jay-Z, that's what I mean. Like, I know I'm not super educated on all that, but from what I got from that interview, I did not like that. That was a little cringy. And I'm Team Dame, because I just feel like, I don't know, first of all, he's just funny as shit. I just think he's so funny. He's gonna give you a key, okay? And then the getting up and going back and forth and then sitting back down and getting up good, like, that was taking me out. Okay, so next up is, oh, yeah, let me put the cards down, because we're gonna get into this topic for sure. Next is AB and Cameron. So Adrien Broner, I gotta stop getting on here and not knowing people's names. That I'm gonna work on that, yo. I'm sorry, but Adrien Broner, because I just have AB. Adrien Broner, not Boner. Adrien Broner and can I talk? Adrien Broner and Cameron. So, for context, anybody who didn't watch, Cameron has a podcast with Mace, the rappers, and I think it's called It Is What It Is. And Adrien Broner, the boxer, came on. He comes on there. One to note that I want to note, he was visibly intoxicated. Like, to me, at least, you can, like, he looked smidged. Like, so that kind of blew me. Like, why would y'all even kind of I don't know, why would y'all let him on there, and y'all can, regardless if that was going to be the outcome or not, like, we don't know that he was going to get on there and do that, but it's like, why did y'all let him come on there? Unless, which I've seen clips from that podcast, and I don't think that's what it is. Like, it's not Drink Champs, so why did y'all let him come on there like that? I don't know. But he came on there, and there's a co-host, and she's a girl, of course, and Adrien was basically being very, like, flirty with her, and he kept saying stuff to her. Like, they were asking him questions, and he's like, from what I've seen, because I've seen multiple clips, and they were asking questions, you know, he's like stopping mid, like, can you stop smiling like that? I can't do this with you smiling like that. And so it resulted in Cameron kicking him off. He told him he had to go. He gave him warnings, because there were clips that were uploaded where Cameron warned him, like, bro, chill out. You know, you're doing a little too much. Her boyfriend here, whatever. And then the end result was Cameron kicking him out. Like, you know, I'm going to pay you for your time. I respect your time, but you got to go. Number one, why did it have to be because her boyfriend was there? Like, that was annoying me. Like, it needs to be off the simple fact that you're making her uncomfortable. Like, stop making her uncomfortable. Why does it have to be because of another man? Like, because we're respecting the man. We should be respecting the woman. Like, it's the woman that is having a problem here, not because her boyfriend, which that's what I mean, the audience can't even see. Like, who cares about homeboy? 2, there's a whole bunch of discourse going on about her smiling too much. Now, I don't know, because at first, I'm not going to lie. And again, I feel like this always gets pick me. I feel like I'm always giving pick me. But when I first saw the video myself, before seeing any online discourse, I did look like, she keep laughing. Because when Cameron said, oh, her boyfriend's there, I'm like, I don't know how I'll act with my boyfriend there. I'm not going to be giggling a little too much. But it leads into a way bigger discussion of dealing with unwanted advances when it comes to men. And this is the problem. That's what I'm saying. We get picked at no matter what we do. We smile too much. Now we were asking for it. Like, and it's honestly scary, because in a platform like this, it's nice that she had somebody there to, you know, protect her and be like, hey, like, chill out or whatever. But us as women deal with this on a daily. And me, like, I have this argument all the time, because you really cannot be rude. Like, you cannot tell a man to be like, oh, I'm cool. Like, you can't be nice. And then it's like, in some situations, I don't know, like, I'm going to contradict myself, because on one hand, you can't be nice, and on the other hand, you have to be nice, because that's all that's going to save you. if you're rude, you might really be in for a rude awakening. Like, so I feel like, but with that situation, her smiling and laughing, I think it all depends on the environment. Like, that's a professional environment. That's her job, essentially. So it's like, I don't really know how anybody would have wanted her to react. Like, what else should she do besides smile? Granted, from what I seen, like, it's just wrong, period. It's just wrong, period. It doesn't matter how far he went and to what extent. It's just wrong, period. And it should not have gotten to that. It really should have been like a cool, like, but that's what I mean, where it'd be too much giggling going on. Like, no, stop playing with me. And honestly, me speaking from personal experiences, I feel like there's so many times where I've been nice or giggled or laughed or whatever to kind of make somebody, to make whoever's making me feel uncomfortable feel comfortable. And all that do is set me up for failure. Where now, to this day, like, I have neighbors to this day that I feel very uncomfortable when they talk to me. And I don't want to say it's because of me, but I feel like they think nothing's wrong because I don't say nothing. I don't say like, yo, stop talking to me, or stop, like, you don't need to do this or that. Like, because it's really my neighbor across the hall. He's funny acting. He kind of creeps me out. And he has his girlfriend across the hall too. So, like, I don't get that, why he even talks to me. But besides the point, now I've made this man comfortable to talk to me and to say stuff to me. And now I'm uncomfortable. But now I don't know how to reverse it, Like, I don't know how to reel it back without being rude. Like, oh, I don't stop talking. Like, I don't know. But I think she handled herself well in that space. I kind of wish that it would have been communicated differently from the men. And then that's what I mean, like, I think a clip I just seen, that came around today, he's on talking about Cardi's new album. And he's talking about how Cardi, is pregnant by Stefon Diggs and everything. And he's like, yeah, Bronx pussy, the best pussy. Like, he's talking crazy about Cardi. And granted, like, I understand Cardi has the wet ass pussy song. She has a WAP song. Like, I get she talks about her coochie like that. But it's just like, for you to have been so defensive about a man and how you approach the women, like, to get on there and like, I don't know. It's so contradictory. And it's just like, I wish it could all be one way. And granted, of course, it's never going to be that. But, like, I don't know. Me personally, I have trouble navigating dealing with men on the street and unwanted advances on the street because, again, like, these are strangers. You don't know how a man will react. And I feel like I've gotten both ends of the sticks. I've been called a bitch. I've been like damn near harassed, chased down the road. I remember I was 14 walking to the bus, the SEPTA bus, and this man was talking to me on the side. I'm walking to the bus. He's talking to me. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. Like, I'm telling him I'm underage. I'm like, I'm 14 years old. Like, you think I'm older than I am, and I'm 14. And he's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. I'm like, I'm dead ass 14 years old. So I'm walking, and he literally cut me off. Like, so say I'm walking down the street. He cut me off and blocked it where I could not cross the street without going around his car. Do you know how fucking scared I was? And mind you, I'm 14 years old. I had nothing on me at the time. And that's what prompted my mom and my dad to get me like a blade, like a taser, because it's like, and it's to the point where I don't even feel comfortable walking to the post office, walking to Dunkin' without my gun. Like, that's a problem. And then it's like, you might not even get to use that. You might not even get there with, because these are men. These are grown ass men. Like, so honestly, I don't think nobody should be basically judging her for how she handled it. Granted, like I said, I know when I first watched it, I was like, that's interesting. But at the end of everything, we should not be judging, because it's really, you got to do what you got to do. That's how I'm looking at it. You got to do what you got to do to get yourself out of the situation. And if that's being too friendly, like, I don't, what are your suggestions? What, like, for the people who have something to say about that, what do you suggest? And usually I feel like it's men, and then you're not in that position and you're never going to be. So why do you even have an opinion? But my personal opinion, or my personal advice to women, is to, again, do whatever you feel comfortable to get yourself out of the situation. And if you can carry, because that's really how bad it's getting, I feel like. And especially, like, just depending on where you live, depending on the area, like, it's really getting out of hand. And it's really, that's what I mean, like, they are shooting us if we're too, like, rude to, and it's not even rude. Like, that's what I mean. Stop calling it rude. It's not rude because a girl don't want to talk to you. Like, if I don't want to talk to you, I don't have to talk to you. And that's what I mean. You can't even say, oh, I have a boyfriend no more. Like, then it turns into, oh, you can't have friends. Like, that is annoying. Leave women alone. I remember I was at the gas station. I was on the phone. I'm on the phone with my man at the time. And this boy is like, yo, who you on the phone with? Are you my man? Why are you asking me? Like, what? Why are y'all like that? Why are y'all like that? I really want to know. I really, really want to know. I really, really want to know. Moving on. Actually, not moving on. We're not gonna move on because another thing too is like everybody's. This is my last thing on this topic because it was. I just felt a lot of feelings about this topic, but this is my last thing. Another thing is like everybody's like, yeah, finally a man doing like Kia Kim do like. I respect Kim for that, for doing what? Doing what he should have done, doing what a lot of us should do. Like, what do you mean? Like that prime example, oh my goodness. And that's why I'm being sorry. So this actually happened like 2 months ago. 2 months ago, I was hanging out with my friends and hold on, I didn't drop my cards. 2 months ago, I was hanging out with my friends and we went like basically to see, I don't even know how I'm gonna like explain the story. Long story short, we're in the car, we're around a group of guys. The one of the guys was trying to talk to me. I'm in the passenger seat. He stuck his head in the window, right? He sticks his head in the window. Now I feel like you're invading my space. Now I feel disrespected. So I got a little upset. I'm like, yo, like, y'all see this? Is he cool? I roll the window up. Now I'm bougie. Now I'm all this, that, and the third. And it's like, because I don't want to talk to you. Now I'm bougie because did I come here for you? I didn't, and that's what. So now I'm going back and forth with not even the boy who came and put his head in the window. I'm going back and forth with somebody else now because now I'm bougie because I don't want to talk to your friend. I didn't come here for you. I didn't come here for none of y'all. I'm with my friends. I'm just passenger princess right now. Like now I'm bougie for like I don't like, but that you see, and like I feel like my friend at the time didn't understand, but that's what I mean. Like that could have went so left. Like that could have went so many different ways because now one, if I feel disrespected enough, now I gotta make a phone call. Or two, if I feel disrespected enough, I could do something myself. Three, if I feel or if they feel disrespected now, what it like they're now you're and that's what I'm saying, it's so close proximity where you could I like that's what I mean. I felt violated. I felt like, yo, you're too close in my space. Like I feel that's what I mean. I feel disrespected, but and that's the thing too is like, and these are grown-ups, but like people, none of us, like not none of us because I am, but and that's the thing, these are grown-ups, but they're not acting like it. And that's the thing is men are not out here, and that's what I mean, just because you're 18 plus, you're not a man. But they are out here acting like boys, acting like kids. And that's what I'm saying. I felt like a kid in that moment. I felt played with like a child. And that's what I mean. I don't like the idea of I'm defending myself now. I'm bougie or like my friend, she was like, oh, the cut where there's a cut. And mind you, I'm not even drunk. But do you see how that so many different ways that can go left? And that's why I don't like that. And then again, it's like if the man speaks up or says something, now they get cookies because he defended somebody he's supposed to care about. And that's what I mean. He said that he did it because imagine your friend come over and he 40 and he trying to holler at your 24-year-old sister. Again, none of that should matter. A man is making a woman uncomfortable, and that's the bottom line. That's it. It doesn't have to be all this back and forth, all this conversation about why or this, that, and the third. He made her uncomfortable. Cam said she gave me a look. I knew she was uncomfortable. That should have been it. That should have been the reason. Look, Todd was uncomfortable, or Stott. I have to start learning these people's names. But whoever the co-host was uncomfortable, and that should have been that. It should not have to been all this discourse about why he defended her or told her to stop or told him to stop. Okay, now I'm done. Now we'll move on. So moving on, more of a positive note, Stunna for Leo. So Stunna for Vegas and Mona Leo are married now. Well, I think they've actually been married like legally. I think they've been married for quite a while now. I could be wrong, but their wedding nonetheless was recently. Now I'm so paranoid about these bracelets. But their wedding was this last weekend. So it was so pretty. Mona Leo wore a very big pink Cinderella gown. It was so nice. I love that he allowed, and that's what I mean, everybody's like, oh, like a man allowing a woman to be like in her femininity and like just have a pink wedding is like, that's deep. Granted, like I do love the pink wedding and I love a man like giving her all that she wanted, but it is his day too. Like it doesn't have to be all about the woman. Granted, I love that for her, but again, I feel like everybody's harping on like, oh, like yeah, like a real man's gonna let you have this and third. And it's like it is their day too. Like it is not just all about the bride, but loved that. I loved that they were able to rap their own songs. Like that is deep. That's decent. And it's just so funny because like that's what I mean, last week we were talking about weddings. So like for this to have come up and then him crying. Oh my goodness. Him crying, then the man behind him, do they have, I know we have maid of honor. Best man, yeah, best man and then groomsman. So like I'm assuming that was his best man because he best man because he was holding the rings. But like him crying, like it was just so much. But I'm not gonna lie, I definitely bawled and I had to stop watching because again, her and her dad like did a slow dance to Protect Her by Beyonce, and like just seeing her dad like just knowing that I will not get that shit makes me sad. So I had to stop watching, but it was very very beautiful, and it makes you think though too like what like and again if that is like my if that does end up being my end goal to get married or whatever the case may be, it's like how do I want to go about that? Like, how would I want to honor? Like, who the fuck is gonna walk me down the aisle? That is what like who's walking me down the aisle because nobody for real is because I'm walking myself down the aisle. My dad gonna be there in spirit. But next up, I don't know, did y'all see that Sydney well so many people did not watch Love Island season 4, which is not Johnny and Cassie, but the one before that. So Sydney and Isaiah, apparently I'm gonna have to watch Love Island Games. So I wasn't gonna watch Love Island Games, but I'm gonna have to because Sydney and Isaiah are apparently supposed to be on there. And if you don't know, Sydney and Isaiah are season 4's Aaron and Kaylor. And I'm hyped. I need to see that. And that's what I mean, like Sydney has like glowed up so much. I'm really nervous too because when that season came out, Sydney was like given so much shit for her makeup and how she looked and stuff. So like she's gotten a lot of surgery and not in like a bad way. And it's not what is a lot of surgery? Like who am I to say what a lot of surgery is? But that's like what the blogs or tabloids, whatever, are saying. She's gotten like eye surgery for her eyes to be like cat eye. I think that's what they said, cat eye surgery. I don't know nothing about that. But she got cat eye. All I know is LASIK and I need that. Need that. All I know is she's gotten cat eye surgery and I think she's lost a lot of weight. She looks good with a T. But they're like saying, oh, like let's be nice to her this time around because I do remember like she was getting a lot of shit and I think that's very sad and that's who knows why she got any work done, but if for that to have been the reason behind, that's really sad. But no, it's not sad because all that matters is that she's happy with her body now, whatever. So I think I'm going to get into that. So if anybody is watching Love Island Games, let me know and we can watch together and we can be in tune together and I'll start doing recaps together because it is a messy cast. Like they got KK on there, they got Tyreek, like, oh, that's his name, Tyreek. I didn't watch UK. I've only watched USA. I can't get with the accents. And I love a good accent, but it's just like sometimes I don't know. Like Liv and Adrien Broner for me on USA. I could not, because half the time I'm like, huh? And I just can't imagine, but I've heard that UK is actually better. And then Bhad Bhabie and Alabama. I really love Bhad Bhabie song, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When she dropped that diss for Alabama, I really liked that song. I did. I really liked that song. I swear, mini pause, because I swear it's like when I want to record, everything like my cat want to be in her food, kicking it off the bowl. The sirens want to be going up and down the street, and that's what I mean. I apologize for that too. Last episode, like the cops, I forgot to close the window. Like so much just went wrong last episode. I forgot to close the window. My cat was out here. Like it was just so much. My bracelets, like, and that's what I mean. Like y'all did not. I'm sure y'all. Well, I know I didn't. In my last 2 videos, I did not hear my bracelet. And then for whatever reason, last episode, I can hear it throughout the whole episode. I don't know. Anyway, getting back to Bhad Bhabie in Alabama. I loved Bhad Bhabie's diss to her. You a fan, Alabama? Wait, what she say? God's plan, Alabama. Wait, this Drake go out the game. She said, you really think I'm dumb enough to tell you anything? You dumb, funky, whatever. So Bhad Bhabie, all I've seen is, I guess she had a miscarriage. So sorry to her. That is very sad. And then shortly after, like she announced having a miscarriage and how she was done with her baby daddy once again, she is seen on his truck, hanging off his truck. And again, I just really wish, like, back to like how we were talking about Adria and Jalen, like, give people their grace. Like that, she really in her head could think that is the love of her life, and like, I don't know. That's not our business. And granted, like, I know these are celebrities. I know like that is what us as people do, us as a society do. We stay in their business. We stay talking about them. But it's just like, I really wish we could see people give a lot more grace to these celebrities because I've seen a lot more crazy shit behind the doors. I've done crazy shit behind the doors, like behind closed doors. Like, so I just really, it makes me sad to see how much is like, being put on her and just like being judged. Like that is like, that cannot be helping. And it's not funny. But even who was recording, because they're like, you look crazy, Danielle, get off the car. Like, you look weird. Like, I forget what they said, but I just remember thinking like, that don't sound like the tone of somebody that even gives a fuck for real. And then Alabama, So Bhad Bhabie announced she had a miscarriage, and then Alabama posts like a TikTok showing that she also, I guess, had a miscarriage, and then logged off and deleted her TikTok. And granted, like I feel like this is all too weird to even be talking about. Like I feel like this is a very sensitive topic to be talking about or to be like judging somebody on. But personal opinion, I thought that was weird. Like, cause I don't care. I thought that was weird because this girl just came on here and announced her miscarriage, and then you get on there and announce your miscarriage. And granted, like, okay, she had a miscarriage. Like that is very sad. Sorry to her too. Like same as Bhad Bhabie. I'm sorry to Alabama for her miscarriage. That's very sad. That is a deep grief. But it's like, what made you post that right after she went on there and posted hers? And then that's what I mean. Now she's on there explaining how, oh, like I didn't post that because she posted hers. And granted, this is all weird conversation anyway. Like this is crazy that this is even like a conversation that we're, oh, you posted your miscarriage after this. But again, just my personal opinion, when I saw that, I did think that was weird. I thought that was a little odd. But I feel like stuff like that happens all the time, because I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was gonna happen. Like sometimes I don't like announcing things I want to do because I feel like somebody might think I did it because they wanted to. Like, you know what I mean? My friends then said they want to do a podcast, and then it's like, oh, I pop out with a podcast. So it's like somebody's always going to think that you're doing it because of them. So I guess I'm contradicting myself right there, playing devil's advocate. But I don't know. That timing was crazy, especially given all their history. That was crazy to announce that right then and there after Bhad Bhabie got on there and announced hers. I don't know. Not my business. That's way above my pay grade. Anywho, getting into Halloween. What are y'all being for Halloween? I want to be something with red hair. I'm not going to tell y'all my costumes. Actually, maybe I will tell y'all my costumes because I feel like nobody's going to steal them. I don't know. I don't know. Last year I had to be a pirate though because everything was sold out by the time I decided what I wanted to be. But I'm still so proud of myself, and I'm proud of myself now because last year I dressed up for the first time in my adulthood. Like I don't dress up, and it's because I will try to get all my friends to dress up, or like I want to do something. I usually have like a actually y'all will see it, y'all can see it on this channel. I do, like I'll have a Halloween pajama party, and so that's like as far as I go though. But I be wanting to like do that and go out for Halloween. I be wanting to do the pajama party and also go out, get dressed up for Halloween because I do love Halloween. So typically I do the Halloween pajama party. My aunt does pumpkin painting, one of my favorite traditions. So I have to give me suggestions in the comments of what I should paint on a pumpkin. Y'all need to go back and watch my videos because like I said before, I'm creative for real. I can paint for real. So I got to figure out what I want to paint this year. And so like these are things I already have. One of my closest friends, her birthday is on Halloween. So we typically do something around that time as well, or on Halloween for her. And then again, I want to dress up. Like I would like, we're adults now. Like we can get dressed up and go to the bar. Like it's giving Mean Girls. Like go somebody throw a party. Like, but nobody ever does. So last year I really wanted to dress up, but I still didn't have any plans, and I dressed up anyway. And it was one of my, I'm so happy I did that. I am so happy I did that because I would have really regretted it, and I've regretted it. I'm 25 now, and that's something I've been wanting to do since I've been old enough to go out to the bars and everything. And I just, every year nobody dresses up, so I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll stay home too. Like I'm just not gonna dress up. But it's like, why not? Like even then my boyfriend, he's like, he didn't dress up at the time. So I'm all upset, call my dad, like, he's not dressing up. Like, I don't know what to do because he's not dressing up. And my dad's like, okay, don't you have a costume? And I'm like, yeah, but the whole point was I want to dress up with everybody else. He's like, what does it matter if everybody else dresses up? You want to go out, so you dress up. And I did just that, and I was very happy, and it did not matter who wasn't dressed. I remember when we first got to the bar, I was like, oh my God, like I'm the only one in costume. I was so nervous and embarrassed. And then some girl came in with a full-blown Victoria's Secret wings, the wings and everything, y'all. Like full-blown. She looked, T. It was T. And it was a black one too. Oh, it was like a full black outfit. The heels were crazy. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. But yeah, so I will be dressing up this year. I don't care if I sit in my living room. I will be dressing up. I will tell y'all some of my ideas. I think I might want to be Chucky because I am gonna dye my hair again. It's like you can barely see that it's red right now, but I want to dye it again because I only used one box because I haven't dyed my hair in years, so I forgot that I need two boxes for how long my hair is. So I want to dye it again, so it'll be brighter probably. It'll be a brighter red, and then I can do Chucky, and that will be like, I want to do like 3 costumes. Like I love a good like. So maybe one, I'm gonna dress up on here. I'll probably wear pajamas or something because Halloween is on a Friday this year too, y'all, if y'all didn't know. So now that we know we're doing every Thursday, I'll have an episode dropped the day before, so I'll probably dress up that day for the episode. And maybe we'll do like some Halloween shit. I don't know. Give me some ideas. But I think I'm Chucky, and then because of the red hair, I was looking up stuff. It was like Poison Ivy. I think it was Daphne from Scooby-Doo with the purple. I think that's her name. Not Velma. I don't know. Is it Velma? No, Velma's with the glasses. Which I always wanted to be Velma too, because like my glasses, I can literally, that is me in the morning. I can't see without my glasses. But yeah, so I will be getting my costume off of Fashion Nova, and I will be using AfterPay. And this video is not sponsored, but I need to put y'all on. Use AfterPay. Y'all need to get onto AfterPay. And granted, don't get on there and be acting stupid, but get on there and be smart about your money, and get on there and be paying things off, because they will keep upping your limit. And I ain't gonna tell y'all my limit, but it's crazy. And I use AfterPay for literally everything. Like AfterPay bought this camera. AfterPay bought my laptop. AfterPay buys my groceries. Like there's so, because the thing with AfterPay is you don't have to just check out on the website. Like they have gift cards. So for example, my phone, AfterPay bought this phone. So AfterPay, if you go on there, they have gift cards. So what I do is I'll go on there, I'll buy a gift card, I'll Afterpay it. So say I get a $400 or $500 gift card, I pay it in full every 2 weeks. That's how I literally bought myself a new phone for my birthday this year. That's how I got. You can go on there, Afterpay $100 Instacart gift card, and now you have groceries. You have $100 worth of groceries, and you pay it off in the next every 2 weeks. So damn near a month you get to pay it off. Like, don't walk, run. Like, please. But again, be smart. Don't be one of the people asking to use my Afterpay, because you're not going to be able to. You're not allowed. I got to keep my limit up there, because that's another thing. Let me tell you, too. They will snatch that limit from you if you play with them. Don't play with Afterpay. They will snatch that limit right back down if you mess up, or if you're late on a payment, if you start fucking up on your payments, if you start trying to extend them, they will pull that limit back down. Because I'll tell you, I had almost a $3,000 limit on Afterpay at one point, and then I wanted to extend a payment just because of the way my pay date fell, and they brought that shit back down to like $1,500. They was not playing with me. But yeah, Fashion Nova has it, Shein has it. Get on that. I'm trying to help the girls. I'm trying to help the girls and the guys. Save a coin. You want to get your girl something from Pandora? Afterpay. I'm just trying to help y'all. I'm trying to put y'all on. Okay, next we are getting into, and y'all know this is my favorite, things we don't say. So we have a good amount on here. It's going on to the next page, y'all. This is kind of crazy. I don't know. We might gotta run through these, but I did get some. I got a voice message for y'all, and I do have some that I got shared. So I'm trying to decide what order should I do this in. All right, let me get mine out the way first, because mine is so short, and it's just, let me get it out the way. So, things we don't say. Back the fuck up off of me in these public lines, in these stores, in the grocery store, in the nail salon, in the mail off, in the post office. Back up. Back up. If you are in arm's reach of me and I can sock you, that's a problem. Why are you that close? Why do you want to be that close? Like, I have started to like back kick and shit. Like, there's no bullshit. This lady in the store, her son was this close, like the proximity of the couch to me. That is insane. Back up. That is so annoying. And then elevator etiquette. People don't have elevator etiquette. If you're calling the elevator up, you have no idea if somebody's on the elevator. Why are you standing this close to the elevator? Back up. And then when I'm coming out with this big ass pit bull, you're looking at me like I'm crazy. Why are you so close? Back up. And that's another thing. Dog walking etiquette. You see I have this big ass pit bull. And mind you, like, if you know, you know, I have a huge pit bull. Very big pit bull, very intimidating. The whole time he's a lover dog. He's a lover boy. And he's really built to like protect the house. He's not even like a fighting dog. Like, but again, we won't get into all that, but because of their breed, whatever. So if you see I have this big ass pit bull and you see he's on guard, like he guards me. And I like to think, because my dad, because this is our family dog. Like, we've had this dog since I was 15. So I like to think that, because when I used to live at home, my dad, when I would have to walk him, my dad would be like, you watch baby girl, like you watch after her. And I feel like he takes that to this day. Like, I feel like Diablo, that's his name, Diablo. Don't get into the name. My dad could not name his dog Diablo when he was younger, so he named it Diablo when he grew up. So Diablo, he is still like that. Like, he's very protective over me. He don't, like, if you even get like within 5 feet of me, he's like, what you doing? Like, he don't play that shit. So you see I got this big ass pit bull. You see he like aggressive. You see he like don't like you coming near me. So for example, in the little mail room, I'm trying to unlock the door. What possesses you to come up behind me and open the door behind me? Like, he won't snap out? Or like, I'm waiting to go inside my building, and I see this man going in. Mind you, so you can see I'm holding the dog back. Obviously, if I wanted to go in, I would be walking up, but instead I'm back here holding the dog back. What possesses you to be like, you come in? You come in? No. Are you trying to get bit? The other day I'm coming in the building and this man's waiting on the elevator. He gets in the elevator. He turns his head back around. You guys getting on the elevator? Why would you think I'm getting on the elevator with this big ass dog with you? Do you like, I'm gonna just start letting him bite y'all and then, or not y'all, but like, I'm gonna just start letting him bite people and see how they like that because it's just giving y'all want to get bit. And I'm just really starting to think they're trying to catch a case for real. Like, I feel like people are trying to catch a case for real and maybe y'all setting me up for failure. Maybe I gotta stay away from y'all. Okay, moving along. Another one I had personally is length does not determine friendships. We really have to get out of that because that's something, and honestly, that's something I've just learned. Like, damn, why do I keep feeling like I'm about to get emotional? That is something I've learned, like, with my dad passing, is like, I'm expecting everybody who I've been friends with since, like, what, all my friends are like from middle school. So I'm expecting everybody who's been around me 10 plus years to be like by my side. And that just wasn't what happened. It just wasn't. And I really am starting to like come to terms with that is just not like, granted, the people that were like, I had best friends that 10 plus years in, they were here and like, but we have to start letting actions define our friendships and what makes somebody a real friend. And like, that is just showing up, whether it be physically, it doesn't have to even be financially, but like showing up for your friends in the ways that they need you or that they show up for you. And like, granted, wait, let me not say that because sometimes, like, for example, the way I show up for my friends might not be the same way I want them to show up for me, but just for showing up for your friends, y'all know what that looks like, and or more so, we know what not showing up looks like. So I just feel like we have to get out of this whole, like, I think that's something I've been stuck in for so long, that I have to keep the same friend, and not have to keep, but like, I feel like I don't put myself out there to make new friends because I'm like, I got my bunch. I got my people. Like, I already have my 10 plus years, decade. Like, all my friends is decades. Like, I have day ones. No. And I learned, I forget who said this. Somebody, a day one is not because of the, why am I blanking on this? Oh, what makes a day one is not how you being friends from 10 years ago, day one, 10 years ago. It's them being real from day one. It's them being a good friend from day one. That is what makes somebody a day one. So that is something that has really stuck with me and resonated with me. And yeah, I just want to get out of the whole, like, just because somebody's been your friend for 5 years, that doesn't mean that you have to stay friends with them or that you guys are always going to be friends, because at the end of the day, sadly, we all are outgrowing each other. We all are going to go in different paths in life, and they might not always align. And maybe that's what I mean. Maybe you split up, maybe you get back. Like, I have friends that I consider my best friends that I don't talk to every single day, but that doesn't mean they're any less of a best friend. And then I have friends that I don't talk to every single day, and I do notice, like, okay, maybe we're not aligning as much. So just a little tidbit. That's something I've been thinking about. And then, okay, let me see. This one. So we have our first, I'm so excited. We have our first from social media. So from anything for Selena's ____, we have Thingz We Don't Say, older men dating younger girls. And if you know, I already know, like, my friends who know, or like, because I don't think my cousin knows. So my, like, what's the one TikTok where she was, where they're like, I love this question. Okay, so one, older men dating younger girls. I can speak on this because I'm in this position, or have been in this position, and I've always been in this position, honestly, because I've just never dated anybody my age. But coming from someone who from the age of 14 has always dealt with, like, my first boyfriend was 3 years older than me at 14, so I'm 14, he's 17, and then 18, like, so on. And then having dealt with someone who is 13 years, is it my senior? 13 years older. But I have so many feelings about this, and then granted, I feel like, of course, I'm going to be biased because I'm somebody who's been in this situation, but I really do think it really matters the people. It matters the person, because again, if you know me in real life, I have all older friends. Like, that's just what I've always been, mature. And I feel like, but again, I hate saying this because I feel like people that should not be in these situations say this too. But I'm very mature for my age. I have always been mature for my age. I've always hung out with that older crowd. I've never really gotten along with people my age. I've never fit in with people my age. So I've always just been up there with the big folks, the big guys. And again, that's just how I've been since 14, 13, 14, 14. And again, I think it just has a lot to do with my demeanor. It has a lot to, I've been working since I was 14. I moved out early. Like I think the problem when it comes to, because people like to use the word grooming and like to use like things like that, like a man is controlling you. The reason why I feel like I can speak so freely or not feel judged or like not give a fuck basically is because that man don't stop nothing I got going on here. Like that's, I mean, we do see a lot more so, more than often, more than my situation, we see older men take advantage of younger girls. But that's, I mean, if a man to me is not stopping your program, then hey. And that's what I'm saying too. Like my dad knew the age difference. And this is going on years. Like my dad knew the age difference. My mom knew the age difference. Like my family is very aware. And again, it's because I think the reason why it's not a problem is because everybody knows me. Everybody knows how I am. Everybody knows I run my own program, run my own situation. I take care of myself. A man is extra at the end of the day. So, but I do think that we see, especially with in today's age and with social media, we see a lot of the opposite. We see a lot of older men taking advantage of younger girls. And it's really like, and we're not going to sit here and blame younger girls, but I grew up with the lying about the age, like girls around me lying about their age and telling men they were legal and they're not legal. And I feel like that is just really getting worse. Like a 16-year-old do not look 16 anymore. And that's not an excuse. That's not to say, oh, that they get to date older men or that a younger man should be attracted. Like, but this is the era we're growing up in. Like the girls are lying about their ages. Like, it's crazy. It's like, and the first thing that comes to mind is the girl, not, and I think she's a beautiful girl, but I'm pretty sure, didn't she just turn, they said she just turned, and granted, this is hearsay, I don't know, but Tatiana Chanel, and she talks to the rapper Boston Richie. I could be messing up. I don't know why I want to say a different rapper's name. But that girl is younger than me and looks like way older than me. And granted, it's not even that they look older, it's the bodies. They're getting their bodies done early. So I don't know. That's a whole thing. But yeah, coming from somebody personally who is dealing with or has dealt with somebody 13 years older than me, I just think it has a lot to do with the person. And that's, I mean, I've seen, like, I've had friends who go and try to deal with older people and it's like it don't work out because again, it's me and this person. This works because of who we are. It's, if you're not matured or if you're not even in your own position to take care of yourself, that's not going to work because again, I'm not about to sit here and lie. There's plenty of things that me and him have argued about or we're not on the same page about because of my age, because I'm still having growing pains. I'm still going through things, but that's why you should mind your business. That's why, and not to anybody but that's why you should mind your business because that's up to those people. That's up to those two people in that relationship to decide if they want to choose each other at the end of the day. That's up to me to decide, do I want to deal with somebody who's already been through all this or who might not have patience with me? And that's up to that person to think, oh, do I want to deal with this girl while she's going through these growing pains or do I want to deal with somebody else? Like, yeah. But I feel like that is I love that Things We Don't Say topic because I feel like that is that there's going to be a lot of discourse about that. I feel that's a very what's the word? Controversial topic. Is that the word? Controversial topic. And then another one, we'll do one more from you. There are so many good ones too. Okay, I like this one. Growing up in the hood compared to the suburbs. So again, if you know or if you don't know, I grew up, and again, I'd be forgetting, like people really be watching this that don't know me or don't know this area. So I grew up in I went to a predominantly white institution in like the suburbs, so like near King of Prussia, Berwyn, Paoli. If you do know the area, I went to Berwyn. I went to Conestoga High School, and again, if you don't know the area, it's like 15 minutes from King of Prussia, that area, but uppity. And then I lived for the most part down in Upper Darby, and then every single part of Philly. So we lived on 6th and Pike, we lived on 52nd and Pine, we lived on 57th and Florence, we lived on 61st and Locust. Like I've lived all over, and then but for the house we lived in for that I consider home, the majority was Clover Lane, Upper Darby. So with that though, it's so like you learn how to basically like wear different hats at such a young age and code switching. And I feel like I was just having this talk with somebody. I was having this talk with my cousin, and like it really sets you up for I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say failure, but because from a young age, your parents think they're doing like you a good. They think they're doing you a justice. Like we don't want to have you in a hood school. But I know me personally, and I will get into this in another episode because it's just it's too deep. But you have an identity crisis because you're around all these white people all day, and then and not to say like you're around all these white people, but that for me that's what it was. I was around a bunch of white people, and I'm black. There's barely any black people. I go home to a black household where we have conversations about the black culture, and then we go back to school, and none of these people know what I'm talking about. They don't know anything about my hair. They don't know anything. They don't know anything. They don't like. So I felt like I had a huge identity crisis growing up, and I literally wrote a paper about like me being I'm black. I'm a black girl, but I'm light skinned, and I went through struggles of a mixed child because everybody thinks I'm mixed, even though I'm just a black girl. Like, so I literally wrote a whole paper about that, and my white professor was like, "I wish you would have spoke from the black experience more." And I'm like, "You what the fuck I just talked to?" I'm talking as a light skinned black woman how I had to go through mixed struggles, like struggles of a mixed person because people are asking me, "Oh, which parent is white?" Like my social studies teacher growing up asked how I was the vice president of the Black Student Union if I was white. Do these lips look right? I know they is buying them, but do they look right? They is not right, baby. But yeah, growing up in the hood versus the suburbs, me, I have a more of an appreciation for it now because I understand it really helped me to again wear different hats in different places, be a part of many different spaces that I'm very grateful for. That's I mean, I don't but again, it's there was so much it took to get there. Like even now sometimes when I'm on here talking, I'm like, damn, like I'm talking white. That's what was said to me growing up all the time. Like but I never say that in my head. I'm tripping. I don't say that. I think like, oh, I'm talking too professional. I'm not being myself. Like I'm trying to be too professional. And it's not that. It's just like that those are still those judgments in my head. Those are still those judgments ringing in my head of what kids would say to me growing up. And but I really do wish that I would have at least gotten to experience growing up or not growing up experience a black school or a school and I don't want to say black because it doesn't have to be black. I'm just saying because it was predominantly white, but I wish I would have experienced growing up in a school down in the district that I lived in or like just with more people that looked like me or had the same environment I had because that was a very big like jump scare every day coming to school. And that's what I mean, like people that like yo I have to talk about that in a whole nother episode. Like I have to make a whole episode about that because that is really a whole like that is crazy just the way that and it's sad too because your parents think they're protecting you and it's like it really sets you up for a lot of different life experience. But again, I think that's made me who I am today and I'm very grateful for it at the end of the day. But I think it might have did an even amount of hurt that it did good. But yeah. Whew, that was a lot. Okay. And then we'll do one more, We'll do one more from her. Starting something you wait, no. Let's see. People think it's too late to start something they love. And I'm just going to speak on this really quickly because this resonated with me because clearly I'm in school right now and I'm past the time. Like I should have been graduated at this point. Granted, to my defense, COVID happened when I was getting my associates when I graduated with it and I didn't know what was going to happen with school. So I didn't go back right away. But for example, right now, I could be 25 going on 26 without a college degree. But instead, I'm 25 going on 26 about to get my bachelor's. It's all about utilizing the time, utilizing your like with like what's it's a post. It literally says like would you rather be either way it'll be 5 years from now. So whether you go get a degree or go with it like what I'm just using degree as an example, but if I would have went and got my degree 5 years from now, regardless, I would have been 30 in 5 years, but I might be 30 with a degree. So there you go with that. Okay. Next up, final things we don't say. We have our first voice note. I really hope I gotta make sure I do this right. Our first voice note, and this is from user Mania Aki. Okay. I hope this plays right. Let's see. Okay, things we don't say.
Okay, I have a things we don't say, and this is something that I'm guilty of, but in my defense, I was 20, so now I'm about to be 27. So I've grown and matured since then. But I want to talk about how women are quick to forgive a man, but not their friends. And in this particular like backstory, my quote unquote best friend, she was actually sleeping with my man, but well, he wasn't my man, but in my head he was. But I forgave him, continued to talk to him after, and like I completely cut her off. Now, aside from the fact that she was trying to fight me and this, that, and the third, but it still goes back to the point that I was more so willing to forgive him than I was to forgive her.
Okay. Okay. Crazy because this literally, again, I be cracking up because my friends, I know people that know me are gonna like listen to this and like know the stories I'm talking about. But this happened to me at 14 years old, and again, I'll probably get like it's so much stuff I want to get into. Like I feel like a whole need their own episode. But okay, so the things we don't say is how we forgive our friends quick, or how we forgive men quicker than we're willing to forgive a friend. And I think like just in the simplest terms, I feel like the reason we do that is because we're not expecting that. Like again, I can only speak from my personal experience. One, that's crazy of her to try to fight you. That's crazy. But that's again. But I think the reason is like for me personally, because the same thing happened to me when I was 14. Again, probably like I keep saying it again, but it's just because certain things need their whole own episode. But when I was 14 years old, just a quick summary, 14 years old, lost my virginity, found out that prior to me losing my virginity to the boy, that my best friend at the time had already slept with him. Mind you, best friend since like first grade. So 14, just crazy. So, and I cut her off. I was very upset with her. I was very upset with him. But fast forward, I did not talk to her again until we were 18, 19 years old. And I dealt with him for the following 3, 4 years until I was like 17. Doesn't make sense, and it's this story is way deeper. And yes, I know my friends are probably watching this, and even if she's watching this, I don't know, but I will be telling that is just because like I can only laugh at the time. Of course, you think it's the end of the world, but I can laugh about it now. But back to the main point is, I think the reason why I was so willing to forgive the boy is because one, this is like a fresh relationship. I didn't like know everything about him. I didn't know if this was like I'm very naive, and that's not to say like I think we're all a little naive in a way, or optimistic. I really like to see the good in people. So I'm thinking this is just a one off. You're not gonna do this to me again, like we all freaking do. But I think the issue lies with we don't expect our best friends to hurt us in that way. So we get so upset and so angry towards them because it's like, yo, me? Like you gonna do me like this? Like your best friend, me, like you're gonna hurt me like this? Like I'm not, you don't that's what I mean. Like with the way I found out about that whole situation, that was crazy because I would have never guessed that. I would have never thought that because again, this is my best friend. This is my rib. Like this person know everything about me. This person has like done everything. We grew up together, so you're not expecting them to hurt you in that manner. And I think again, it's just I think it's more so. I think it's again, I can only speak for myself. I think it's a pride thing. I think it's a pride thing. I did not want to let go of it. I wanted to hold on to that grudge, and that was very like childish at the time. Like I think it caused me more pain than anything. I think that I really wish that I would have resolved that with her before I resolved that with him because that didn't go nowhere. It didn't I ain't getting nowhere fast. That didn't get me anywhere, and it if anything it just set me up for a lot. Again, I will tell exactly what happened with that situation with the boy later and like how that because I feel like that is a lesson, that is a learning lesson for so many young girls that I can give. But I think I really wish that I would have mended things with her opposed to having chased him for the years that I did because that's essentially what it turned into. And it doesn't get us anywhere. And that's, I mean, I think a friend, and depending on the friend, because some of these bitches ain't shit. Granted, I'm happy I mended things with her. To this day, we're cool. She literally was just at my dad's funeral. Like, I'm grateful for that friendship. But I think, and that's another thing too, is like, I feel like people be going through shit and you got to check on your friends. And it's not to excuse anything they do, but like, like, I just really am such an optimist. Like, I really be trying to see, like, understand people, and I give people a lot of grace. So, like, with that situation, I don't know. I think it's the fighting you though. The fighting is like, why would you try to fight me? You would think you wouldn't fight her. So I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't forgive that. And this isn't an advice segment, but that is my reasoning behind why I think that we forgive are the boy faster than we forgive a friend because one, especially if you're deep in with your friends like I am, like if you think that's, I mean, I overshare to strangers. Imagine what I tell my friends. So the fact that you're my bestie westie and you know all this about me and you still did me dirty like that, like I can't get down with that. I can't get down with that. But again, I think it leads for like you gotta have deeper conversations with your girlfriends. Maybe this isn't your girlfriend, maybe this isn't your bestie westie. And I really wish we weren't like that as women. I really wish we didn't immediately go against each other, but that's just what it seems to be every single time. It seems like we just all always go against the friend and we don't want to mend it with the friend first. But I think even not even just in this situation that she slept with your boyfriend, but for example, even if friends like we fall out with our friends way, or at least like I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but like just it doesn't they don't even have to sleep with a dude for like we definitely are just too forgiving to men. We are way too forgiving to men. I really don't know why, but that is something if you do that, I feel like you should take a step back because I know at least I've had to self-reflect before like hold on. So I'm gonna cut this person off and I'll let so and so slide with all this. Like that's crazy. But at that it's not even about that. It's not even about letting one slide over the other. We need to stop. Why are we so forgiving as a whole? What it matters what we are forgiving and what is deserving of being forgiven or not. That is what we need to start getting into. Does this person deserve, regardless who it is, do they deserve to be forgiven? And yeah, that is all for Things We Don't Say. I just want to thank y'all so much for tuning into this episode for my battery is literally about to die in 5 seconds. I'm so scared, but I hope it lets me out. Please leave me reviews in the comments. Please respond to my stories on Things We Don't Say. I hope to get more viewer content and then respond to my polls. I'm really excited for the holidays and getting into whatever, getting into my dress ups. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I want to make it special for y'all though. I am sorry for my little emotional tidbit in the beginning. I don't know, I might cut that out so y'all might already know what I'm talking about. This episode is long, damn. But anyways, I'm out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I did. I felt like this was a for real therapy session for me. But yeah, stay pretty, stay messy, and most importantly, stay you. Bye.